Hey everybody, today's Friday and I am probably most passionate about today's topic. Today's about serving and how you get to serve others. Now, as a coach, it is so very important to participate in that personal development that we talked about. Regardless of what it is, you have to grow as a person. But outside of us, inviting people to have change in their life, to trust you, to encourage them and motivate them, very few are going to ask you, hey, can I join you? Hey, can you be my mentor? Some might, but for the most part, they're just going to watch you. They're going to be interested. They're going to jump into your stories. They're going to, look back and forth. They're going to like your posts. They might comment here and there or love something. And what you have to do is you have to interpret that as a invitation from them. They are liking what you're doing. They're watching what you're doing, admiring what you're doing. And you as a coach or as a businesswoman, you need to jump on that lead and open up that conversation. Now, I am not talking about, I'm sure everyone's gotten it, but that salesy kind of, hey, I have this product and I want you to buy it and you'd be perfect for it, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about real connections. Talking. People always ask her like, well, I don't think I could sell something. Me neither, because I don't sell, I talk about it. And so we're going to encourage you and challenge you to just open that bridge of communication, where if you see somebody liked your story or viewed it, then go and talk to them and say, hey, I saw you were watching my workouts and, what do you do for fitness? Are you doing anything in particular? And that opens that conversation up for just learning about each other. And I'll be very honest, this was hard for me in the beginning. Tom says hi. This was hard for me in the beginning, and you learn that it's just part of the process. But when you start reaching out and you invite, the goal is not to get everybody on board. I mean, it's great if they do, but it's going to be no more than you hear yes. Because, think about it. When someone, invites you to do something new, you're going to think about that first. You're planting that seed. You're starting a conversation. You're then living that journey, and you're proof that it works, right? I don't know what is up with my hair. But so that's the point. When you're talking to your friends, when you're reaching out to new people, and then as you're reaching out, you're living the proof, posting on your stories. And then from there, they get to see that not only are you reaching out as a real person, not only are you living it out, but you're doing all those and you're willing to be a mentor to them. You can't beat that at all. So how do you go about inviting? That's up to you, whether that's through a message, text message, conversation in person, it's up to you. And in whatever feels most natural in that moment. I know that you might think, oh, is there a certain thing I should say? Do you have like a template that I can use? I always go with what feels most natural as a conversation. The moment you start thinking robotic and it's got to be the same for every single person or every single day, well, then you're not being true to yourself. Can you use the same thing over? Sure, starting up that conversation. And Erin's going to give a couple of good examples as to what I'm talking about. But just don't lose sight of what you stand for as your journey as a person and in what you're wanting to offer people as a coach. So there's your takeaways. Today, we are going to ask that you feel brave. Send a welcome message to people who followed you from yesterday. Erin's also going to give an example of that. And then make a list of people you would feel comfortable reaching out to. Maybe it's someone from work that has already watched or has been present in your journey. Maybe it's a family member or a friend who has struggled and you now have a clear path to how to help them. You get to choose. Just make a list and see who you can impact and reach out to. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.